Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm very delighted to drop and record another video for you guys. My last video, there was many tunnels, many people requested for mentorship, and I'm happy that you guys are interested in knowledge, right? So this is another awesome video I'm dropping it. This is Mimi FX. This is your first time here, and right now I'm gonna be breaking kind of few charts down. If there's any tradable opportunities, I'm gonna be telling you so you can look out on those trades and apply your strategy and hop into the market. You know, of Euro USD, I did the same thing and it went as planned, and many pairs. Check my live trades on my playlist. You can see both on synthetics, both on crypto, and also currency pair, meta also. So if this is what you want to be looking at, kindly smash that subscribe button. But let's break down this chart, right? So first of all, you know, I always check what the trade has been doing with my system. Then I know the destination of the trade. Then I follow up with the trade with my phone because it's kind of mobile for me, right? So if you check my previous video, I've been saying just one strategy. I've been saying this over and over again, step by step, on how to trade profitably. Right now the strategy is exempted right now, but if you really want a mentorship, you know what to do. But let's just dive straight into this video. Number one, I have to start from the daily time frame. You know, it has been days, so I know what the market is actually doing. Now you can see we hit a major support. This is a major support. I mark out this key level on my system, and market came in there and respected it. So right now on this meta, I am not expecting this trade to blow off this level just like that, even though gold is going to be bearish for a long time, right? But that will be until we break out from this zone right here. This market came into this zone, came up to respect the support. Let me go back a bit. Yeah, right, yeah. So the market came back, you know, from the support to respect it this way, right? You can see it came into the key level, came back to respect the support, back to the key level. So I'm not expecting this market to just blow out. It's gonna, you know, come up a bit before going back down, you know, even though for not for anything we're expecting a trend line like this. So if that's gonna be possible, let's see if we can draw a trend line. You know, that's what I actually advise anyone trading. You have to do your analysis on the daily time, on a higher time frame rather, because that's where you see the bigger picture. And when you go on a lower time frame, you are not going to be confused on what to do, because I guess you already know what to do. The higher time frame will be giving you the analogy on what you have to do, right? So you can see right here, I guess I drew this. Okay, there's in a space behind, so perfect, right? Good. So we can see we have this. So I'm hoping for this market to come back to the upside, right, to touch. And this is where I'm actually hoping for the market to come to, or something anyhow. But we are going to touch this this guy right here. We're going to touch this guy right here. But before we touch this, you can see once this mark, I told you in my previous video, now we can see that the daily time frame is bearish. This is the number one thing you have to do, is bearish, and we have drew a trend line. The second thing we are going to do right now is to figure out if the market is in a run or if the market is in a pullback. This is a second step to do. We can see this is what we call run, a pullback, a run, a pullback. Now this is a run, a double top, a double bottom. This is a strong double bottom. And if anything is going to happen, if this market don't want to go bearish, if this market don't want to go bearish anymore, we are likely to complete the double, because you know it started from here. Let's go back in time. Yeah, the market, it actually started from here, right? You can see it kind of a big W like this. So we are hopefully going to come back here, right? The major W, but that's probability. Like with this is under probability, it might or it might not. But before we come here, you know, we have to fill some little orders, right? So those little orders are what we are going to be taking on the lower time frame. But first of all, as I said, you have to give your analysis on the higher time frame to find out overall trend where the market is going to. So you see the market is bearish, we've hit a major zone, and this is a double bottom. We are likely to hit this touch of this trend line again. Now let's break this down. First of all, we are going to hit this trend line, right? Hit this trend line. The second, before we blow up to meet this big guy at this place, the big W, that means we have to blow up this trend line. So if you can break this down, we are going to touch this before we think of breaking, right? So from here to here, you know, it's a lot of piece. This is daily time frame, right? This daily time frame, and that's it about this on the higher time frame. So right now, as I said, this is a run, a pullback, a run, a double bottom right here. So we are likely in a pullback zone because this is a key level in the system. I'm not on my system right here, so this is the key level. So we are probably right now in a pullback. So I'm going to go ahead to do what, to delete this trend line, so I don't like my chart being messy. So now we step down to 4-hour time frame. Now 4-hour time frame, we're gonna try to get the inner trend, you know, the inner trend. So what's the inner trend? We try to get the inner trend, something like this. So let's get the inner trend, right? Let's just get, my data is presently off because if my data is actually on, this video would have been very messy. Good, I'm trying to get this properly. Very good. Now this is the inner trend about it. Remember that I said the daily time frame is, we are actually in a pullback, right? So now the 4-hour, we can see another, this is a, in accordance with the daily time frame, this is a run, a pullback, a run, now a double bottom again, a pullback. And what happened? We broke through, we broke the trend line. Can you see? We broke the trend line here, came back to do a pullback into the zone, obviously at this place, right? So now we are actually in accordance with the daily time frame trying to do a pullback into that trend line. Remember, into that trend line. So this is now in accordance to this, but first of all, we can see that we are in a support. Remember that once a support is broken, it tends to act as resistance in the future. So before we go back into that trend line, that means we have to take out this support. If you want to do this well, that means we have a support right here. Let me draw this well. Sorry about that. Yeah, you see, this is actually the point that this market is let me keep this in a proper way. Yeah, you see, this is actually the point, that is the point of this is a point of demand, and this is a point of supply. And once this is a support, tends to act as resistance, but once a resistance is broken, it will come back and tend to act as support into the future, right? So to back up that point, to know if that is actually right, we're going to be using my bad guy right here. You know, I really love this guy called Fibonacci, and you see it's very customized, and yeah, you can see it right here. At the 50 region is what really holding this market from playing. I actually got some trades here down to this point. I didn't get this, but this right here popped to the downside, and follow strategy and all of that. So now we can see we are about to blow off this zone. And anyways, let's just see how it goes, right? But first of all, I'm just telling you, just giving you what I feel is going to happen in this trade, right? Then you can go down to lower time frame, right? Your 15 minutes, your 10 minutes, whatever time frame you use to find out your strategy right here to apply. But I'm going to be waiting to, one of my strategy has already been completed right here, so I'll be waiting for the rest of the tree to complete. Then I'm good on the trade. I'm just going to hop in and let the trade run, right? So that's what I felt about gold. So what I'm actually looking at is for us to come down here, because we actually respect the trend line touches coming back down. You can see this is a trend line right here. So if, as long as we sustain above this rectangle bar, as long as we sustain above that rectangle bar, we are coming up here. we are coming here, right? As long as we sustain above that rectangle bar, take it for sure from mini FX that we are actually going up. We're actually going up here. So it's just for you to get a good strategy to follow up the trade. So but the overall trend is saying bullish as of now. So let's just see how it goes, right? Let's just see how it goes. And you can go to the 1 hour. You can see even the trend line came above, form a good W back to the top. So anything can happen. So you can from here get your strategy you want to use. And if you really want the mentorship from me, know how I trade, when I exit and when I enter, then my number will be at the description box, and it's $20. If you can afford it, then you can come to the DM and we are going to talk, right? It's not gonna be a sending of videos right now. It's going to be a live section. You connect with your phone, with my phone, and all of that. So you are going to see me break down the charts from the time frame I always do down to my entry point and exit point, my stop loss, and all of that. So if you guys want to be looking out for, my number will be in the description box, Mimi FX Academy. So let's go into the another pair, but before then I think I just have to pause it, then go to another pair while we continue, right? So let's go. Yeah, welcome back. This is actually dollar index. This dollar index is a very good pair, right? I use this dollar index a lot because whatever is happening on this dollar index, it tends to replicate itself in other dollar based currency pairs, right? For instance, if this dollar index is saying bearish, euro USD, GBP USD, all those pairs that has the GBP USD as their surname always tend to go opposite. If it's actually bearish, those that have the USD as their first name, like we have the USD JPY, we have the USD CHF, all those that have it on the quotes actually goes in the same line. So I actually like to break this down before going on that pairs, so it actually adds to a confluence of what I actually use, right? So now we are going to be breaking down dollar index right about now. So I've already checked this dollar index with my system, and it's actually saying bearish because we have hit a particular psychological level right here at 110, and I've been looking at this for a particular long time. So we come at that point and there's a kind of consolidation about 3-4 days right here. So we're actually coming down, and before we come down, even though we are going to come up to do a double bottom or breakthrough, we have a particular zone we have to break. So let's go ahead to break it down. So number one, we identify the trend. What's this trend saying? Is actually bullish. So secondly, we connect our trend line. Very, very important, right? This, I guess I'm actually right. Yeah, I should draw this extend. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, actually kind of pissed out, but I kind of like this. I kind of like this. Why do I like that? Because I kind of respect a touch at a support. Once a support, you can see this right here. Let me go back a bit. You can see this right here. This was a resistance, and it broke, tend to act as support. So this is valid. Now this is a resistance, tend to act as support. So this is valid. This is not valid. This is valid because, yeah, of course, so this is a resistance and broke through, supposed to, and you see this kind of a support right here before coming to breakthrough. So this is valid. So these are kind of laws that actually guide my trade, right? So now the market is saying bullish. Number two, are we in a run or in a pullback? We have a run, a pullback, a run, a pullback into the trend line, a run. We might likely come to do a pullback right here, but nevertheless we have some zones we have to clear, and we have to take up those zones before coming here. It's just like you breaking down your journey. First I have to go to the park, secondly I have to enter the bus, I have to cross particular zones before heading to where I'm actually heading to. So those are the zones we have to use to track up the trade, to add up more trades. First of all, we'll add a little. Once we are in the profit, we kind of stack it up, leveraging on the profits the orders the back trades have given us to make potential big profits. So this is what we're actually doing right here. So this is the trend line, and we're actually in a pullback zone. So the trend line is actually done. We are done with it. So right, we go to the 4 hours to see what the market is actually doing at that point. Actually, this trade was actually what I wanted to take. I'm sorry, to take at that point. So we can have this kind of juicy move right here, right? Yeah, right here you can see it, kind of juicy move right here, banking to the downside, but it's not going out. Okay, sorry about that. I just want to delete this guy. So now, what is this market actually saying at this point? Remember when I drew that trend line, this is the second touch, and the market is actually at that zone. So this is a kind of an indecision zone right here. You can see this is a point of indecision zone. So but I'm just going to be looking at this trade right now, because we have to take out this zone before going back to the downside. If you really want to know why I put up that zone, I'm going to use my Fibonacci right here to show you something really funny. Let's see what that zone is really saying at that point. Can you see it? It's at the 50 zone, the 50 Fibonacci. This is just the zone I respect so much. So I'm gonna be looking this from now on to see what the market will actually do, because that is a zone we don't have to play with, right? So if we take out that zone, if we sustain below, we are definitely coming down here. If we sustain below, we are definitely coming here. Yeah, so that's it about those two pairs, and I think that's all I'm actually looking at. Others are still in a longer run. So if this is what you're going to be looking out for, kindly smash the subscribe button. If this is any helpful for you, kindly like and subscribe, and see you in my next video. My number will be in the description box, and you can message me for mentorship. I'll start our live session immediately after everything due process is done. So see you in my next video, and stay blessed. Bye.